It's King of Fighters time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Storm Collectibles, the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match Terry Bogard figure. Now this one is one of my personal favorites. Terry, I mean, he's King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, heck, he's even in Smash. What the hell, this guy is everywhere. And this is the last one so far that Storm has announced from the King of Fighters line. I hope there's more coming down the pipeline, but for now, I'm super excited to bring you Terry. Overall look and detail of the figure, he stands at about 19 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we're going up to almost 7.5 inches tall. Now, there's a couple of things that I have to address. First and foremost, the face sculpt. Is it just me, or his eyes a little bit too far up there? Like, it seems like they're really sticking under the cap a little bit too closely. Also, he has a very bored look. Now, obviously, this is the neutral face. We have more faces in store, but I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Which I'm also not the biggest fan. The hair sculpt is nice, but as you can tell, the hair on his head is a lot different from his ponytail. The color is just off. It's way more bright, way more vibrant than the rest of it. And also, well, we're getting to the articulation, but it's just pegged in. Doesn't even have a ball, so you can't really do much with that. You have the part of his shirt just sticking out over here. I can pull this out a little bit. It is soft plastic, and if you look under it, it's disconnected from the shirt, so it will not get into the way of your articulation. But especially on this side, it seems like I have trouble getting it out. You can barely see it. Just give it a little bit of a tuck. But overall, that's not bad. Then we also have the star in the back, which is a little bit unclean in some parts. You can see there's some bits on it. Same with the hat. You have the paint, the white paint. The Fatal Fury logo is nice. It looks cool, but the white, especially here in the corner, is not clean at all. Also, the front part of his baseball cap is soft plastic, which I don't really get why they did that, but okay. It doesn't completely bother me, but I'm fearing it might get warped a little bit, and especially if you keep it in the box, it might get just a little bit out of shape in there. Also, for the paint shop, just like with Erie, there's not a lot of paint, and the paint they did is not clean. You got the zipper on his jacket, which is obviously, well, what do I call this? Horrible. Yeah, I gotta call it like I see it. This is not clean at all. This is way too small. It barely is lined up properly and has some holes, and just it's almost like it's not there. You might as well not do it at all. Then you have the belt buckle, which is nice for the most part. It looks a little bit wonky, and the belt that goes around, at least that one looks good. But still, in the back, you can tell that some of the blue has not been fully covered up. Moving down to the jeans, there's some shading in it, which makes it look really cool. I like that, although there's no other shading on the figure, so I don't know, but it really makes the jeans look good. And I feel like if you put shading somewhere, this is the part where you want to put it. I tapped on his crotch just to be sure. Then we move down to the legs. There's not much more going on. A little bit of wrinkles in it, makes it look more realistic, makes it look like actual pants and not just drawn on some muscle work. And we move down to his sneakers, which, same thing with the paint. It's not the worst thing in the world, and I can already tell you that's the thing with this figure. It has some small imperfections, but they stock up, they pile up, and it gets kind of annoying. So, for the most part, as you can tell, the lines are pretty nice, but they don't really fully cover up the red, and it's pretty rough in some parts. Same, like, yeah. Small, but it's there, and he didn't have to do much paint, so how do you screw that up? Now, before I move on to the articulation, is it just me, or does he have a little bit of a long neck? It's kind of distracting, and I've tried to tuck in his hat, but that's really it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Let me know down in the comments. But for your articulation, the hat moves forward, moves to the back, does tilt side to side, have to give it a good tuck, and does swivel all the way around, and swivel is all we get for the hairpiece, which just pops out. Also, it kind of doesn't really connect that well. It doesn't even go in all the way. Like, I try to push on it, as you can tell, it still stands out a little bit. It doesn't really connect with the hair, and as I'm saying, it doesn't even have a ball joint, and it's really disconnecting way too quickly. But if I could get it in, it does rotate around. You have different hair pieces. I need to tell you that, and I'll just keep it off because it will get into my way. Then you get neck articulation, moves forward, moves to the back. Also has some side-to-side movement with the head. That's pretty good. Makes an awful noise. Let me push it to the back. Also a little bit, not that much. The entire jacket is soft plastic, so will not get into the way of your shoulder articulation. You can bring that forward, bring it to the back, up and down, rotation on it. Then you have a big hinge, which is connected into a ball joint that goes into the chest, but you can move it up like that very nicely. Also rotation in this entire piece, and the part of the shirt that's cut off kind of rotates with it. Bicep swivel, double hinged elbow, fairly good range of motion. Then you got the fist is on a ball hinge, so it does move back and forth, rotates all the way around. And the lower part of the glove is just soft plastic, is not connected, so you can pull that up to kind of hide the joints or pull it down depending on how you want to move the fist. Now for your chest articulation, that does move forward quite nicely. To the back, we get a little bit of a gap. The jacket gets a little bit cumbersome to move around, but does work, does tilt side to side, and does rotate all the way around. Now for lower torso articulation, moves to the back, moves forward, tilt side to side, rotation, same thing. Actually very good. Let me combine these two so you can really go in for some nice battle poses with both of these. Now the crotch is soft plastic, legs move forward for some high kicks, move to the back, out to the side, rotation on the ball joint, which always, it sounds pretty weird, but it is stiff and that's good, so it does stay in place for your poses. Double hinged knee, and move that one all the way up. Is that? Yeah. Then we got the foot, which is cleverly hidden ball hinge. Well, it's actually just a rounded hinge, it's not actually ball hinge. Does move up and down just a little bit, does move side to side, and actually still quite nicely. I feel like the ball joint is hidden in there well, and I thought you wouldn't get much out of this, and it is somewhat limited, but I'm still happy with what you're getting out of it. And you have a toe hinge to round it off, which actually has some more detail under the foot. That's pretty good. For the first set of accessories, because there's more, just wait up. We got some faces, you got the smiley smug face and the gritting T-face. Those already look a lot better. I like the personality on those because that's Terry. Maybe that was just the problem. And then the yelling face for some burning knuckles and whatnot. We have a different jacket, which is a lot more warped for some more action poses. The zipper, it seems like the line is thicker, but it's still unclean, unfortunately. But it does look good. It's nice. And you have the burning knuckle energy effect. You just stick his fist in there, from what I can tell. It looks very nice. They're really nailing it with the energy effects, I feel like. Even though, is this supposed to be warped like that? I don't know. At least it's soft-ish, so it will be easy to fix it. Doesn't break off or anything. Then you got more ponytails. These ones are, again, for more action poses. Obviously, as you can tell, this one's a lot more straight. This one's more angled, and I feel like, is there a big difference between these two? Not really. It seems like he has two that are more warped. This one seems to be a little bit brighter in color. Like, what is going on with that? For your hands, you got posing hands, more posing hands, just going into battle, and then some more relaxed hands, just for slapping. Slap the opponent, and booby wrap hands for what I said. And for the second set, there's a lot of plastic that went into this guy. Then, first and foremost, we got the Rugal ball. This is the final part. Again, I already mentioned it. I don't know where my Rugal box is. I have all the other parts. I'm gonna do my best to give you a Rugal video at some point, an updated video where I combine these. But anyway, here's the big, huge power geyser. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I think that's the power geyser where it just like smashes his fist into the ground for this big explosion, and it's just massive. I'm actually impressed by it, and I love it. It's also pretty warped, and again, I'm not sure if that's the idea of it or just like soft plastic getting warped. It looks cool overall. I'm happy with it. It is hollow inside of there. You can stick your finger in there. Oh yeah. Wow, okay. From booby grab hands to whatever the hell that was. And the, now I forgot how it is called. Power wave, damn. Just going over the ground like a hedgehog. It looks like a lightning hedgehog, but that's pretty cool. And finally, by the way, on the note of fingering the power geyser and booby grab hands, my channel is not made for kids. It's for the adult collector. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, I like to have fun with these things. We got a nice stage background. I don't remember what the stage was called. Apologies. But there's the geyser in the back, which more phallic symbols. Yay! Thank you for that. SNK and Storm Collectibles. But yeah, this one actually looks pretty cool. As usual, it is a little bit ruined by the little SNK Corporation all rights reserved copyright stuff, but they have to do that, just like it sticks out, especially on the dark ground. But still, damn, this background looks nice. And this looks beautiful. One more thing, the shirt is actually painted because I tried to pull it up a little bit when I put on the jacket, and I don't know if you can tell, but some paint chipped off right there. So that's an issue, unfortunately. Be careful with that. I don't know why they did that. Why do you paint the jacket? Why do you paint that piece? And now let me try to get him on there slowly again. He does hold the pose. There you go. Now his fist doesn't completely reach the ground, but I guess this is good enough. As good as it gets, because this still looks awesome. Now, final thoughts of this figure. It's good. It's a really good figure, which unfortunately has some small imperfections. Actually, this hairpiece I got on right now does look better. It seems like really some hair pieces are a lot brighter than others, and I don't know, they kind of screwed that up. A lot of quality control issues, and that seems to be the name of the game. That seems to be overall my critique of this figure, the quality control issues, the lackluster paint in some parts, and straight up messed up paint with the hair. But I mean, just look at this. I love it. I still love it overall because all the accessories, all the stuff he comes with gives you so much poses you can do with this guy. And obviously you got the Storm Collectibles Classic, the Articulation, which these figures are very, very strong in due to all the soft plastic. Doesn't really get into your way of posing him however you want. And you have all the action parts. You have like the more flowy jacket, the more flowy hair pieces. So overall, yes, I still do recommend this Terry Bogard figure because with all the small imperfections, what you're getting out of it is pretty darn awesome. Although he is a little bit more pricey than other Storm Collectibles releases, but as I mentioned with Eerie, he does come with a lot of energy effects, so a lot of plastic had to be used, so obviously that racks up the price a little bit, and I ain't mad about it. So that's gonna do it, guys. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Terry Bogard wants. Like better QC. Are you okay?